Alright, so we finally got the cordon done. Uncle Jim packs his worms pretty tightly. So they're in peat moss, bone-dry peat moss, as it's described here. They're inside, and they're supposed to be scrawny and dry-looking. You want to bring that camera over, Ethan?
Sure.
So I'm putting them in my high-tech, very expensive worm bin. That cost... There. Start seeing them. And they're like, oh, God, I don't feel so good. There we go. There's some worms. I put some leaves in here for bedding, and they're a little damp. They've dried out a little bit. But the thing that they want, first and foremost, says Uncle Jim, is about a half a cup of water to rehydrate. So let's give them some water. It'll be like, yum. And I've got holes. Oh, what's that?
It smells.
Oh, good. I've got holes poked in the bottom of this guy here because over time they create, like, from the compost and stuff, juice flows out.
Pee.
Worm tea, it's called.
Worm pee?
Worm tea.
Sounds like worm pee.
Tea with a T, not pee with a P.
Well, it sounds like worm pee.
Okay, it's not worm pea though.
Okay.
All right, so worm tea, that comes out of there, and that's really good for plants. You water plants with that, and the plants are like, yeah, so these worms are going to get started. We're going to put them in like a closet or something with a light overhead for 24 hours before we put the lid on, because they need to flee the light to dig into their new home. Otherwise, they might be like, oh, what's going on over here? Maybe it should be over here.
Fly, you fools! Or dig.
And let's see if we have any compost to give them, Ethan.
Ah, boy.
Let's see what we have in the old compost. And emptied it last night, so there's not a lot. But we do have some slimy greens.
Yum.
A favorite. And coffee grounds. They like coffee grounds.
Really? Like
and a
specifically?
coffee filter. They'll just, and then I'll just eat that right up.
And that coffee filter is biodegradable?
Yes. And wormodegradable. So doesn't that look delicious?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, one of the nice things about this project going forward is that when we have compost, instead of schlepping out to the compost bin, we'll dump it in the worm bin, which will be in the garage. And,
look at that. Oh.
Oh, here, a few more slimy greens for you, because I'm sure they will like those.
You can see worms down there. Wait, there's one.
There you go. And, yeah.
Oh.
So I'm going to put this in the girls' closet. I'm sure they won't mind because they're not home tonight.
Shh, don't tell anyone.
Get it out tomorrow. And with any luck, they won't have escaped or anything.
How could worms possibly escape? There's gotta be like Mount Everest up here.
I don't know. Oh, and so we're going to put a piece of wet cardboard over the top.
Uh-huh.
They will eventually eat that, but it's nice cover for them in the meantime. And that's it. Then we'll have our worm bin, and later on, sometime, I'll do a little more video to show what all this stuff is turned into.
Oh boy.
There will be more compost on the top of it.
And more bad smells.
And more bad smells. Except once they get really working, it won't smell so bad.
Sure.
Okay, get to work, worms.